The Lakers off season. LeBron signs the extension. Looks like they're not getting Kyrie. Are they ready to go into battle with this roster that they have right now?
They shouldn't be. I would guess that at some point they're going to make a significant trade. It may not be before the start of the season. It may be later on, and it's probably going to involve Westbrook. The real question is what is the demeanor of Russ going to be? Because the exit interview that he gave at the end of last season was extremely troubling. It made me wonder how they ever thought it would work. Unless he completely did an about face in what he said, it sounded to me like he was never invested in this success. And so Darvin Ham heard that exit interview before he took the job, and almost his first order of business when he got the job after signing his contract was publicly laying out exactly what he needed Russell Westbrook to do. Now, I have seen things happen in the NBA. I am not going to sit here and tell you that what he wants Russell Westbrook to do, which is to be a defensive role player and to be a screen setter and stand in the corner and wait for the ball to come to him and make a shot, one out of every 7 possessions. I'm not going to sit here and say that there's zero chance of that because I've seen stuff in the NBA. But the tenor of the way Russ was talking throughout last season, what I know about him as a person and as a player, I find it very doubtful he is going to actually be able to follow through with that. So the question is, how long are they going to experiment with that, Dan? Are they going to experiment with that the first 10 days of training camp? Are they going to do it in their, 4 or 5 preseason games? Are they going to spend October and November experimenting with that? And if it doesn't work, how much damage is there? Because when you look at the Western Conference, let's just be reasonable. The Lakers finished 11th last year. I know they had injuries, but teams have injuries. You're going to assume that a 37, 38-year-old player is going to miss games in LeBron, and you're going to assume Anthony Davis is going to miss games. If you don't assume that, you haven't watched his career. So they finished 11th last year. Which teams are they passing that finished ahead of them? Okay, Utah's coming backwards. I'll give them that. San Antonio, who finished 1 spot ahead of them in 10th, is coming backwards. Okay, I'll give them that they can pass those 2 teams. By the way, Portland's standing right next to them. They're getting Damian Lillard back. They've upgraded their team. The Sacramento Kings, I can't believe I'm talking about this, but they've got a shot to make the play-in tournament. Okay, they've improved their roster. Yep. Who are the Lakers passing with this current team? They're not passing very many teams. And that's why when you look at their roster and you say they're a play-in team at best, that offends some Lakers fans, but that's just a fair way to look at it. I think from the trade standpoint, which is everybody wants to know, well, what trade are they going to make? I think based on me talking to some teams out there, I think they are going to be willing to trade those 2 first-round picks. But they're not going to be willing to trade those 2 first-round picks just to get off of Russell Westbrook or to potentially improve themselves from projected 9th to projected 7th. They're going to use that to try to leap up, which is why they were instantaneously interested in Kyrie Irving. And whether or not a trade like that presents itself is going to depend on how far they're going to be willing to go into those assets.